I've been teaching guitar since 2004, and I've noticed that people get stuck at the beginning guitar stuff age for the same few reasons. So let's go over those reasons so that way you won't get stuck there. Strength and flexibility is a big one at the beginning because our hands are not designed to play guitar. They're designed to grab things. This means our fingers want to stay together and they don't really want to arch. So let's say we start with an A chord. Here's a good way to make sure that you are pushing down hard enough. I want you to just put your fingers in the right place and strum. All right, most people would say that's fine. But now that I push down, I can hear the chord more. Now, how we can actually practice this is we'll just hit it 3 times, not pushing down, and then hit 1 time, pushing down. Okay, now we'll do 2 and 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, now 1 and then 3. 1, 1, 2, 3. Now push down the entire time. 1, 2, 3, 4. We start to tell our ear, hey, this is what it should sound like. And we do this with all the chords. Now, if you're noticing that you still don't have the strength, we can start doing this 30-second cycle. So stretch your fingers out wherever you need to. Just make sure they all have their individual fret. You're going to softly just push down for 10 seconds. Then you're going to medium push down for 10 seconds. And then you push down as hard as you can for 10 seconds. Do 3 rounds of that. That's going to help build up your strength. If you need to stretch out more, just start using the earlier frets. Frets 1, 2, 3, 4 are definitely going to be the stretchiest. Equipment can be a factor, but let's actually look at this instead of just blaming everything on the equipment. A lot of entry-level guitars have really high action. This means the distance between the string and the fretboard. It's so high, you could probably land a plane. That makes it really hard to play. So you're trying to push down as hard as you can. It's not going to matter because the distance between the string and the fretboard is here, and you're going to have to be a power lifter to even get it to go halfway. So make sure you have really low action. If you have an electric guitar, you could probably do it yourself. If you have an acoustic, you might want to get a luthier. And when you tell them that you want to set up, you want it to the point where it's almost buzzing. They're not going to like that because they want to have a particular distance between the string and the fretboard for various reasons. We don't care about tone. We don't care about sustain. What we care about is, did the note come out with little effort? Now, there is no such thing as magical gear. A lot of us will say, well, if I had this guitar, I would play better. If I had that amp, I would sound better. If I had this pedal, I'd be amazing. Nope, it doesn't work like that. The way you get better is time on the instrument, particularly quality time on the instrument. There is no magical gear. If there were magical gear, it would come with the guitar. The last piece of magical gear we got was the capo, and that's about it. You might not have enough context. Now, this is kind of a weird one because a lot of the music that we hear today isn't guitar-based. It's piano synth-based. So when we actually start to play the song, it may not sound right because we sound like a guitar player, not the keys or synth. And even if we do nail it, our brain's going, that doesn't sound right. Yeah, because it's expecting the synth, not the guitar. So what I want you to do is try to find more songs with guitar so you can hear what they sound like. Your brain will start to acknowledge, oh, okay, it's the same song on a different instrument. That makes sense. So make sure you're hearing enough guitar so you have context. It's about the percentage, not the perfection. When we practice, we are trying to shrink the possibility of us making a mistake. And you can never get it to 100. You can't get to the point where you will never make a mistake. If you're a beginner, you will probably get to 80%, meaning 80% of the time you sound like the song. That's fantastic. If you want to be a professional, you have to be around 98%. If you want to be an absolute legend, it's 99.999999999. Notice it's not 100. It's impossible to get it to 100. Your teacher should be helping you figure out what is causing the problem. Is it a physical problem or is it a conceptual problem? But trying to be perfect or chasing perfection, that's a fool's errand. So the way we start to shrink the percentage is we establish goals for one particular practice session to make sure that we're going towards our final destination. So for example, if you're trying to play a song, record yourself just to see where it is that you're at. I promise you after a while, you won't need to do that anymore. Listen back to what you sound like. What sounds wrong? Is the chord clear? Is the strumming on beat? And we're not trying to judge it. We're not saying it's bad, therefore I should feel bad. What we are trying to do is evaluate it. If the chord isn't clear, we know what to work on. We need to make sure that we're pushing down hard enough and arching our fingers. If the strumming isn't on beat, then we know that we need to start working on our counting abilities. Notice, these are clearly definable goals that you can work on. At the end of the session, you should be able to notice, yes, I do sound better. As you do that consistently, you will notice that it's becoming faster and faster, your ability to learn songs. And you're also going to notice that your error percentage is shrinking. This is how you get out of the beginner stage. Right now, language learning and music learning have the exact same problem. We are formalizing it and we're showing how they officially work, but not how they actually work. I want you to imagine that you're watching someone teach English and they're saying, in America, we greet each other by saying the word hello. Now, that's not wrong, but how many times have you actually talked to your friend or family or someone you wanted to talk to with the word hello? Normally, that's a salesperson trying to make a sale. I'm not downing you, I get it. But most of us actually greet each other with hi, hey, sup. Some of us don't even say anything. We just nod our head. Or some of us just start talking. So I want you to now think that that person comes over here and they don't hear the word hello. They're lost. And now we try to play a song without a tutorial and we're lost. Why? We never actually interacted with the language. So what I'm going to suggest that you do is you go find the chord chart and start playing it. I can hear the comment section right now. Well, we have to start somewhere. Yeah, exactly. You should be starting with the chord charts because that is how all professional musicians are thinking. Right chord, right time, strumming, everything else. If it's rock, they're also thinking about the riff. If we start to overcomplicate that, we can't play that many songs. So this is what I suggest that you do. Go find wherever your playlists are at and write down all the songs that you like. Maybe some of them are like, that one's okay. Don't use those. The ones you like. And start to look up all those chord charts and start to play all of them. Notice I said play, not perfect them. Just play them. Try to get as many in as you possibly can. Don't look at the tutorials. Just go look up the chord charts and start playing. This last one, even the legends have problems with, which is being comfortable. A lot of us like being comfortable because it sounds good and it feels good. I'm not downing you on that. I totally get it. But remaining comfortable means you're not making progress. This doesn't mean you go do the most difficult song in the world. What this means is you have to go find out what you want to do that you can't do. A lot of us may not have that big of a list. That's totally fine. I get it. But when I wanted to play like Joe Satriani, that meant I had to play a lot of stuff, but I couldn't play like him yet. It's too difficult. Well, who did he want to play like? He wanted to play like Jimi Hendrix. That's a bit easier. But who did Jimi Hendrix want to play like? He wanted to play like Eric Clapton. Who did he want to play like? He wanted to play like B.B. King. Well, I can way catch up easier to B.B. King than I am Joe Satriani. And I build my way up. Was it uncomfortable? Yes, but I got better because of it. Do you have to have these gigantic heroes like that? No, maybe you just like singer-songwriter stuff or folk stuff or country stuff, whatever. But make sure that you're always headed in the direction you want to be. If you've noticed that you hit your final destination, I'm going to suggest that you haven't widened your horizons.